Hey, hello. Hi. How are you guys doing? How are you doing? I hope your day went well today. Come on into this wealth room. Come on into the wealth room. We're about to chop it up and have some good conversation about wealth in this last quarter because we are definitely in the last quarter of 2023. Oh man, it's crazy to me. We're about to be in 2024. Oh, bro, I'm like, what's crazy? 2024. Remember when it was 2014, 2010, and now we're in 2024. I hope you are doing something with your life. Because, baby, when I say it's not waiting for anybody, it's not waiting for anybody. So it's definitely time to live life to the fullest and go all in with your dreams and, take the action, do what you got to do, get quiet time with yourself, ask yourself some questions, who am I? What do I want? How do I want to live? Where do I want to go? Who do I want to be with? What do I want to accomplish? What do I want to be known for? Like, those are some real good questions to ask yourself. Like, hey, you know, um, but the good thing is, if you haven't been doing that and you haven't been maybe, you know, on point with your goals today, tonight is a new night. Tomorrow is a new day. There's a scripture that says that the mercies of the Lord are new every single morning. You got to love that. That his mercy is new every morning. So we have opportunities to come, kind of come in and say, okay, hey, yeah, I'm ready to do something different. I want my life to look different. I want to accomplish more and I want to go more places. And so I'm excited because tonight I'm going to be talking to you guys about real assets, right? Real assets, real results. In the book of Deuteronomy, it basically talks about how God called us to acquire houses, Madge, that we have not built. He went on to say that I want to fill them with all good things. He also goes on to talk about possess the land. Like there's so many scriptures in the Bible that talks about possessing the land, taking over the land, taking the territory. And I think that maybe sometimes depending on the community that you're in and what you're hearing will determine your appetite, you know and if you're not hearing or being exposed to enough of those promises where taking territory and taking land and taking houses are concerned, you won't really have an appetite for it. And if you don't have an appetite for something, you're not going to pursue it. Because what happens when I have an appetite for chocolate mousse, Madge, I am going to find the chocolate mousse. Or if I want, let's just say Jay Alexander's carrot cake, okay, because they got a special thing on their carrot cake. I'm going to find the closest Jay Alexander's because I experienced their carrot cake, and they did a thing with the carrot cake, and now I want to experience that, and so I'm going to go and find that, and so that's kind of what happens when it comes to developing an appetite for growth, have developing an appetite for taking territory, developing an appetite for expansion. And that's really what we've done. And so if you've been following me, I've been involved with cryptocurrency, very heavy Harvetta for the last 7 years. And then last year, there were a lot of things that happened in the market where I knew, I've been very, very blessed, made multiple millions in crypto. But I said, you know what? I want to do the same thing now in real estate. And I actually started buying real estate in 2016. I was buying a lot of single family homes, buying the homes, fixing them up, putting tenants in, buying the homes, fixing them up, flipping them. Most of the time in 2016, I was really doing a lot of buying and then holding. And so I had already decided last year in November that I wanted to get really, back heavy in real estate. But this time I wanted to buy and I wanted to hold and put tenants in, but I wanted to do it on a multi-family level, not just a single family level. And so a very good friend of mine reached out to me, Kenny Lloyd, who owned a company by the name of Tava, and he had a lot of success with Tava, had 6 main nutritional products, and we had made a lot of money together 2008, 2009, 2010 in the beauty industry. And so anyway, he called and said, "Hey, Jewel, I know kind of what you're doing in investing. What do you think about us partnering together?" And I was like, "Okay, I think that would be great. Let's do it." And so anyway, we ended up partnering together, and I put together a phenomenal team of people that I feel like are just completely in their brilliance, and that's what you want to do. Anytime you desire to succeed at something, you want to get with people that are in their brilliance. You want to get with people like that's their superpower. When they teach it, nobody else can teach it like they teach it. You know what I mean? Because they're in their superpower, or they've identified what their genius is. And these are a group of people, Felicia, that are just phenomenal, that really have a big heart for people and have a big heart for taking over. They're very aggressive. They realize that, there's been a big wealth gap. As a matter of fact, people of color have not grown in real estate since segregation. And when I saw that, I'm thinking 2021, their thing, and all kinds of stuff on social media, but it doesn't necessarily equate to asset accumulation. And that's what I'm really, really, really excited about, teaching and helping people to really get on that. Because if you get on that asset accumulation, that's really where wealth comes in at, right? Because you can have a lot of nice stuff. You could even have a flourishing business, which I think will be phenomenal if you have a flourishing business. But if you really want to grow your wealth, you've got to make sure that you got real estate in your portfolio. And when you look at the wealthy, when you look at the Jeff Bezos, and you look at the Mark Zuckerberg, and you look at Warren Buffett, you look at Jay-Z, like when you look at, when you listen to, if you just type in on YouTube their names and then type in real estate, you'll find out that most of their portfolio they put in real estate, right? Why? Because the cash flow. And right now we have a huge economic crisis because developers were not building houses like they were 2000 during the housing crisis of 2007, 2008, when the market in real estate just crashed. It really made them not build the way that they were. So we literally right now have a 4 million population housing crisis. So that means there are about 4 million, shortage. And so this is why you see rents going up. Rent across the country is going up, $100 to $500 within 30 days. People are not even getting an opportunity to really, have a notice that that's going on. A lot of people now, unfortunately, are feeling the squeeze because they're having to take half of their income and pay rent. And then, you have a lot of things going on right now. You got the UAW that's striking, that's Ford, Chrysler, and GM. So now those guys that were getting regular checks every single week aren't getting their checks. There's a lot of seller finance opportunities. We came across one today. A gentleman, he only owns $40,000 on his house. He needs $10,000 to catch up his mortgage, but he wants to walk away and just sell somebody that house. Seller finance, no credit needed, pay $10,000 and then set up the monthly payments to pay the difference just to help him get out of that financial situation. And we're seeing that happen literally all over the country. So, there was a time where people needed to have good credit, and we still want you to have good credit. We have an entire credit system that's amazing, that's going to make sure that your personal credit is together. We're going to make sure that your business credit is together. And those things are important. And then we teach something called credit stacking, where we're going to show you how to get multiple loans at the same time, and your personal name and then also your business name. So there are a lot of hacks and things like that we're going to be able to show you, that we're going to be able to teach you. And then we're going to show you how to get the money. We have a lot of relationships with banks. They're ready to give the money. They're ready to share, they're ready to say, hey, approval, because that's what has happened with a lot of people. They wanted to get involved with investing, but they couldn't get approved, right? And so we've got relationships with banks that are saying, listen, we are literally committed to giving people of color loans, which is important because, believe it or not, there's still a lot of racism on the banking level. right? Still a lot of it. And so thank God we have great strategic relationships with these banks that are saying, hey, we pretty much know if we send you to the bank, if I send Madge to the bank, if I send Felicia to the bank, if I say Harvetta, fill this, application out, I can pretty much say, Sharon, she's going to get approved because we know exactly what the banks are looking for, right? And so that's been the big thing, because the reason why a lot of people have not invested is because, again, they haven't had the capital. So we show you how to use other people's money to build assets. And I know, depending on who your, financial mentors were, maybe you were dealing with a financial planner, you might have heard, get out of debt, get out of debt. Well, there are two types of debt. There's bad debt and then there's good debt, right? So bad debt would be, hey, I'm going to buy this new car, or I'm going to buy this bag, or I'm going to buy these shoes. That's bad debt. But good debt is where you want to be. Good debt is saying, listen, I'm going to take this $100,000 and I'm going to I'm going to buy an off-market property for $50,000, put $20,000 rehab in it, and then put it back on the market and sell it for $130,000. Now you're able to pay the bank off, plus you walk away with thousands of dollars in profits. That's where you want to be. That's exactly where you want to be. You want to be in a situation where you now are using other people's money to take those assets. And then we also talk to you about strategic accounting. That means that when you get that loan to do that buy and flip, that money does not need to go in your operational checking account. That doesn't need to go in your savings account. You need to set up a separate account just for your buy and flips, a separate account just for your cash flow. That means the tenants are paying every single month. Those accounts need to be separated. Then that way you don't have to worry about commingling. You don't have to, try to remember, well, how much was in this account? I don't remember what this is for. That's for da 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 da. No, 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 no. No, we're going to set up separate accounts so that you can have good, be good stewards and be responsible, so that, because the banks want to continue to give you the money. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to help you establish the relationship with those banks. They want to give you the money. Right here, I can't show it but I'll show you the back of it. Honey, in this day and age, right? But I literally just got, approved for another large amount of money where I can continue to invest, right, in other property. What will I do? I'll pay the bank off. Okay. Go back, do it again, and start building capital through buy and flip. But you do your buy and hold. You build real wealth with buy and hold. I don't want you to sell everything. You're selling it just to be able to create cash flow, right? But then there's going to be another group of investing that you do where you can buy it, put tenants in it, have it cash flow every single month. And that's exactly what we're going to show you how to do. We're going to show you how to do deal evaluations. When I tell you, our educators, they are brilliant. They are in their genius. They're in their superpower, okay? But we're going to teach you how to do deal evaluations. I learned that from one of our educators, Phil, right? You're going to know how to look at a property. You'll be able to kind of assess how much the rehab is going to be. You'll be able to make sure that it has a clear title on it. You'll know what the property taxes are on it, the homeowner's insurance, then what the comps are. You don't want to buy a house and that house is the nicest house in the neighborhood, right? You don't want that, because you want those comps to come in high for you, right? And then we're going to teach you, even like now we're going into the winter months. So if you're going to the winter months and you're doing a rehab, you need to possibly get a network of house sitters. All you need is one house sitter that can stay in that house while that work is being done, so your cousins don't pull up on you, okay? We'll show you how to get the best rates for the insurance, getting contractors, how to vet those contractors, and then making sure that you find a property management company that's going to manage that property for you, so that now you don't have to worry about having another job. I always tell people, when you get into real estate, I'm not interested in you, getting the real estate so you can get another job. I'm interested in you getting the real estate so that you can put yourself in a position to be able to, again, cash flow. So if everybody could put that in the comments for me right now, cash flow. Cash flow. Cash flow. Come on, let me see that in the comments. Cash flow. We want the cash to flow, right? So now let's just say, for example, I don't know what your monthly is that you need, Tanya, but let's just say, Tanya, you're like, hey, I need $10,000 a month to be comfortable, Lakeisha. Well, then what I'm going to say, Deidre, is say, hey, Let us help you find 10 properties and put tenants in it, maybe paying $1,000 each. So now what's happening? That's $10,000 a month coming in every single month from your tenants, right? That's sweet because people are going to always need a place to stay, right? This is why the wealthy, the Rockefellers, back in the late 1800s, they got into real estate. They got into cash flow, right? And so this is how you leave wealth to your children. I know my grandmother on my father's side actually left my dad 10 properties. He didn't quite have the revelation that we have now, but that was probably, I don't know, I would imagine she's probably back then, maybe making $600 a month in rent, but now, those same properties probably would have been paying $1,500 a month, because one thing you have to understand about real estate is it's always bullish. Price appreciation happens, especially if you buy in a good area. You're willing to fix the property up. You got price appreciation, and then you also have what we call rental appreciation. Rents on average go up 2 to 3% every single year. 2 to 3% every single year, right? But now this year we saw, because of the housing crisis, we saw rent go up 5%, right? So now imagine you got a house right now where you're making $1,400 a month. That same $1,400 a month, probably in the next 6 years, they're going to probably be paying $2,000 a month. Right? So real estate is one of those things you don't want to just, buy and flip for cap. I want you to do the buy and flip, but in your mind, you don't need to be thinking just buy and flip. You need to be thinking, hey, I need to do some buy and hold, right? I want to do some buy and hold, right? Because again, that's how you're going to get that cash flow coming in. And so these are the things that we teach you. We're going to teach you how to market your properties so that they never stay empty. Or some of you might have businesses and you're like, hey, I need to really market my business. I need to take it to the next level. Well, we're going to teach you how to market. We're going to teach you how to market your business, market your real estate, and more than anything, market yourself. I mean, we're in a day and time now where people determine whether or not they want to do business with you based on your marketing. They want to see what you look like, what you sound like, what you're wearing. Those things are important. Don't ever let anybody tell you that stuff is not important, Linda. Sometimes people will say stuff like, God knows the heart, baby. That's God. I'm telling you right now, people are sizing you up, determining before they ever listen to anything that you have to say, whether or not they want to do business with you. So knowing how to market your business and market you as an individual is vitally, vitally important. And you might say, hey, I'm behind the scenes. I'm not up front. I'm not really on social like that. Well, I really want to encourage you when you come into this community, we're going to challenge some of those beliefs, because those are limiting beliefs that can stop you from really going to the next level. You always have to be creating. You always have to be editing. You always have to be willing to change and try new things. It's very, very important to your growth. If you keep having the same thoughts, then you're going to get this. You're going to make the same decisions, and the same decisions are going to bring you the same results, and the same results are going to bring you the same experiences. When you get to a point where you say, hey, I'm ready to have new experiences, that means that I got to get new information. It means I got to get new information. That new information is going to help me make new decisions. Those new decisions are going to help me get new results. Those new results are going to help me to have new experiences, right? And that's at the end of the day. So everybody has to determine that, because some people live the same life over and over and over again, right? We have 90,000 thoughts every single day. 80% of those thoughts are repetitive. So in order to change what I'm thinking, coming into a community like this becomes vitally important. It becomes vitally important so that you can hear different things, so you can think differently and you can get different results. And so that's what we're going to be teaching you here. It's hard asset education. We want every single person that desires to take new territory, that desires to be bi-coastal, that desires to have 10,000, 20,000, 50,000, 100,000 coming in every single month from your property. We want you to be in a position to be able to do that and do it sweatlessly, because we have a whole teaching on systems. Systems is very, very important, Rhonda. That's super important that the system is in place, because if the system is not in place, then now you're running around with a chicken with your head cut off. You don't have time to do that anymore. You got to get out of hustle mode. You got to get out of grind mode. You got to go into CEO mode, right? You got to go into chief executive officer mode. I'm not hustling. I'm not grinding. I did that in the first phase of my entrepreneurship career because it was necessary. But now it's time for me to learn new information so I can work smarter. Becoming wealthy is not about hard work. Now, I'm not saying that there's not diligence that's required, but it's really about putting yourself in a position to being willing to learn new things and implement those things, and being in a community of people that are talking strategy, that's talking bigger vision, that's talking bigger moves, that are talking at a level that you're not necessarily used to. You got to be around that so that you can be accountable for growth. Growth is not automatic just because you're in the earth. It doesn't mean you just gonna grow just because you here. No, growth is predicated upon the information and the decisions that you make, not just at an event, not just one time, but on an ongoing daily basis. That's very important. And so what we've been able to create here at Tavaverse is an entire community that's going to help you get the hard asset education, going to help you get access to the banks, right? Help make sure your credit is together, your business credit is together, your personal credit is together. Then make sure you got the systems in place, right? Got to make sure you got the systems in place. The systems have to be in place because we want it to be turnkey. Remember, we're not going for the hustle, not going for the grind. We're going for working smarter, making more. Working 10 times less, but making 10 times more. Come on, somebody. Right? And so that's what the right information does. That's what those strategic relationships, strategic alliances, strategic decisions become vitally important for your success. Vitally important for your success. So I want to encourage you all tonight to get back with the person that invited you on here. We actually have 4 packages that I want to show you really quickly. And this is great because this will allow you to get started here in Tavaverse. I'm going to just share just a couple things with you and show you. These are my business partners, really amazing people doing great things, multiple millionaires. This is myself, the visionary. And so I'm going to just skip through this now. Remember, I mentioned to you that Tava started off as a nutritional company, right? And then I came on and launched Tavaverse, which is the financial educational side of things, okay? We're going to help you to elevate your financial IQ. We talked about that. Who is Tavaverse for? This is anybody who is ready to grow as an entrepreneur and or an investor, okay? We're going to deal with the mindset. Make sure you got a growth mindset, global economics, right, which is super important, real estate, right, funding, credit, right, systems. And I promise you, we're going to teach you some things about credit that you do not know. I promise you, honey, when we give this, we're going to show you how to get multiple approvals on the same day, right? Marketing is super important. Then you'll have access to the banks. You'll have access to tax strategists, tax accountants, how to set up your trust. We have 6 sessions per week. Now, you may not get on all those sessions. We're going to help you to develop whatever your vision is, whatever it is that you want to accomplish, okay? And we're going to help you to develop that. And then you may get on 2 to 3 times a week. I tell people, treat it like Netflix, okay? You'll have opportunities. We do what we call real estate field trips with investment opportunities where you'll actually be able to go out, right, Brianna, and actually look at properties. Right? Look at those properties. Then we'll help you do deal evaluation. Brianna is our credit educator. When I tell you she bad to the bone, not only can she help you get your credit together, but she can also help you get funding. And then we have other banks that can help you get funding. When I tell you this community is absolutely positively amazing. So these are the 4 different packages. Remember, every package initially is going to come with nutritional products. You don't have to get them every month if you don't want. I think you'll be like me. You'll fall in love with them. Okay. I promise you I'll take the products every day. I take the collagen and I take the multivitamin. Like, I love our products. Okay. But in the $1,200 plan, you're going to get 24 different nutritional products. And honestly, somebody said, what am I going to do with all those products? Baby, use it. Literally, I just got finished drinking our detox tea, and I'm going to just take you guys on a trip in my kitchen really quickly. But when I say I'm using these products every day, I'm using them every day. Okay, so let me show you. So this is the collagen. I absolutely love the collagen, right? I take this every day. That's really important. They call it 20 and fine. And then I take the Valet. This is our multivitamin, right? It's liquid, so it goes right to the blood. Taking out some fish. I'm fasting for 24 hours, but my honey said, baby, my fast is over. So I'm about to cook for him. But the other thing is, oh, this is the detox tea, right? So this is what I take. Now this I don't take every day. This I take. As a matter of fact, I'm going to take out some bone broth for me. I can have broth at my fast. But anyway, so I only take the detox tea probably like 3 to 4 days a week, twice a month. So 3 to 4 days, just twice a month. Okay. The detox tea you do not need to take every day. Okay. But my water, of course, drinking tons of that while I'm detoxing. But when I tell you I've lost like 10 pounds, I am so excited, Brianna. I jumped on the scale and I've been holding, yes, because I was fluctuating. I used to be like 165. Now I'm down to 155. Yay, which is kind of my ideal weight. But I was kind of fluctuating like 159, 160. And I finally, the detox tea and this walking and doing the 90-day millionaire body challenge and all that, like is having me hold at like 155, 156, which is really, that's my ideal weight. That's when the waist is snatched. Let's go. Right. So these products really do get you together. So the $1,200 plat gives you 24 nutritional products. And honestly, I use them all. My family's on them. My husband's on them. Our daughter Brooke is here with us right now. We have family over all the time. So they're always going in there and grabbing some Valet and collagen. Okay. So that you're going to get that. And then you're also going to get VIP seating at all of our events and conferences, right? And then we have a $500 plan. The $500 plan gives you like 12 nutritional products in there. And then you can pay the difference for $700 to get to $1,200 within 30 days. Or there's a $300 plan that gives you like 5 nutritional products. And again, you can pay the difference of $900 to $1,200. Okay. Or you can do the $200 plan that just gives you 2 nutritional products. Okay. So you want to get one of those, 1,200, 500, 300, or 200. And again, you can pay the difference, or you can just say, hey, I just want to do the 200. It's up to you. And then every single month you'll pay $139 a month. $149 a month. Okay. And so we also do what we call wealth mastermind groups, where every single month I bring on a multiple millionaire certified and interview them. And you'll have an opportunity at that point to come on and ask questions. And that's only for the $1,200 package holders. So again, the $1,200 package holders gives you 24 nutritional products, VIP seating at all of our events and venues, and then also the monthly Zooms where we do wealth masterminds, where I bring on other multiple millionaires to talk about their journeys and strategies and things like that. And most of the time, I try to get people sometimes that are in the real estate world, but sometimes I'll bring on, like I brought on the other month, a girlfriend of mine who is a brand attorney, patent attorney, number 15 in the entire nation. So things that will be relevant to your growth and development as you're on your wealth journey, because that community is important. Hearing the right things, seeing the right things, and being able to, ask questions is really, 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 really important. Okay. So listen, I want to encourage you to get back with the person that invited you on here. This information is totally and completely game changing. It really, really is. It will really change your life. And this is a great time now. We even have a strategy where we can help you get in right away and get buy and flip money. Then you can do the buy and flip and get capital so that you can go into 2024 saying, wow, I closed my first deal, or maybe my second, or maybe my third, or maybe some of y'all already own investment properties. Like we have a lot of people who already own it, but they're ready to scale up, right? Because there's a level to everything. So listen, I'm excited about you guys getting on here. Let's make these last 90 days count. I cannot believe that Thanksgiving is next month and then Christmas is the month after that. So if you're anything like me, is an overachiever, I got 2 journals sitting here because I got big goals. So I've been sitting here working these journals and calls and Zooms all day because I'm going to supersede my expectations, Yvette. I'm going to supersede my goals, Samantha. And I got my faith and agreement that you're going to supersede your goals as well. So again, thanks so much for getting on here tonight. Get back with the person that invited you on here. Tell them, hey, I'm ready to get started. I'm ready to grow, and let's grow together. You guys have a great night. God bless. Bye-bye.